They on Shit Show her tonight on Shit Show Garage at 9. At 9.
Shit Show Garage at 9. Tonight we have
A broken Jeep with possible cam or...
with the possible rod bearing gone.
I mean, we already had issues with bearings on the crank.
Yeah, we knew the crank was shit a year and a half ago.
Pretty sure it's longer than that because I bought this in 19, but of course, shit ended in the way.
But tonight we get to figure out if we're yanking the motor or if we're diagnosing the fucking knock.
Well, the knock went away, but of course I didn't have it at RPM. I'm gonna drop the plug.
See how much metal's in it.
See if it's shiny. Glittery!
If it sparkles, we know the front of the Jeep's coming off and I'm building a motor tomorrow to put in it tomorrow night.
Yeah, if I can even find all the rebuild kits I need.
Oh, by the way, it is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday, technically my Monday. So I have 3 days of personal time to get this fixed or find an alternative. Either job or vehicle.
In 3 days, we either have to figure out what a knock is, or I have to build a motor and have it in and gone in 3 days.
Well, she ain't glittery, but she ain't clean either.
You need to go inside? Okay.
No, she's just dirty.
Well, wait until the end.
That's a fair point. So I guess we'll see what happens from here. Make sure to catch all your oil. It'll get fucking everywhere. She is definitely not clean. Don't do what I do. I neglect my shit. Of course, that's what I get. I neglected it and it fucking died on me. So the whole story behind what happened was I was in a hurry, got to work, didn't check I was in a hurry. Got up late, had to make it to work. Didn't check the fluids or anything. Got in it and took off. Got on the on-ramp, or towards the end of the on-ramp. Kicked a error code. Ignored it. And it started ticking and went to knocking. Then cutting power. She's looking clean. No glitter, no shine. Maybe it's an upper? An upper end?
I don't know, when you get it out, we'll go from there. Alright, oil filters next, because I don't see no big chunks, but there is a lot of swirls when you roll that around. A lot of metal.
Yeah, you can see the glitter. So I know I just missed the entire thing I just recorded because I recorded it in the wrong plane. Review of the 7 minutes. Or summary of the 7 minutes is
Summary of the 7 minutes. Drain the oil pan. drained the pan that we put the oil in. There was a clean jug to begin with. Didn't find no big chunks, but seen a lot of metal flakes, like
Microscopic
well,
kind of shit.
yeah, like rod material.
Rod.
So
Yeah, rod and bearing.
Rod bearing material, rod and main bearing material.
Which, side note,
So,
it's not brown, it's gold.
yeah. So we'll pull the oil filter off, cut the top off of it, and see what all the oil filters caught.
Which should be, hopefully.
You're gonna make a mess on my floor.
I think I figured out the issue.
Oil filter loose?
I just spun it with complete ease.
Well, as long as it was sealed, does it show a run of oil running down the... I don't see a fucking trail of oil like it was loose.
Fucking watch your neck before you stab yourself, Jesus. Where's that flashlight?
Right here. See, if your oil filter was loose, that whole side of the fucking motor would be soaked.
I mean, it kind of is, but...
I mean, it would be dripping.
Yeah. Well, there's still... That still leaks fresh oil around the fucking distributor. Oh, I didn't get this last... Do we still have the distributor around here somewhere? I replaced the distributor because it was... Or I replaced the gasket of the distributor because it was leaking. And thanks to his expertise and my facts that I couldn't get the damn thing off, we found out this thing's fucked. You can barely maybe tell, but that's not a circle, that's an oval. And the gear, yeah, he's got it in his hand. The gear is completely ruined. So, check your distributors when you're at 250,000 miles. Yeah, that shouldn't have any wiggle. But, what do you think? You think that's the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, 291,000? Yeah, 291,000. So, grab this jug. I'll just record this solid thing since I fucked up the last one. I think that's where it sits. Oh, damn, that was close. But it looks pretty damn close. If not, I'll buy you some Absorbol.
I have
Kitty litter.
and I have a pile of right over here just
There's
ready to go in.
There's another 20 or 30 pound bag of kitty litter in the back of the S10. I mean, it felt like there was still some tension on it. Like it, you know, when you're trying to move something, it's loose, but there's something like a suction.
Yeah, if that oil filter would be loose, the whole thing would be covered in oil. Hey, you're hitting the bucket.
Hitting the bucket or hitting in the bucket?
It's in.
Okay. With you, I have to clarify.
It's going in the hole.
There we go. Well, the two shitheads play on a fucking piece of plywood. Which I guess we could talk about this while the Jeep pisses itself. Maybe it's done. So here's this fucking monstrosity. I told someone I wanted to put a 429 in this, and they got sick. He's like, I don't want to talk to you ever. Guy at work, he's like, you're trying to put a Ford motor in a Chevy. Like, yeah, what's wrong with that? He just fucking walked away, didn't talk to me for the rest of the day. But
isn't that a bonus?
Yeah, kind of, but not really when he's my boss. 350 small block out of a 97 K2500. I think that's what the guy said when I bought it. 350 turbo tranny. I don't know what that goes out of.
Turbo 350 out of a 69. It was a 69 Pontiac. So it's got the oddball tail shaft on it, but it's what we needed.
Oh, that actually looks very clean.
Yes. This engine's got a little wear on it, but not much.
A little bit of rust.
Someone's replaced the head gasket at one time.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's a little lining of rust.
I know.
I mean, it's not like terrible, but of course,
Well, it's
they don't go.
this fucking garage for 2 years.
I think it's more like a year, but yeah.
That's coolant
Oh.
passage.
I was like, if that's oil, I got bad news.
No, that's all coolant passages.
Okay, so.
But yeah, someone's been in this and replaced the head gasket once before. So that's good news.
It's probably after they jumped it to try to fix it.
It doesn't even...
We'll go inside in a minute.
I don't even think I'm gonna knock the pistons out and hone it.
There's a little bit of a scarring right there.
Yeah. But I don't know, I might knock them out tomorrow, but as of right now...
It looks promising, right?
We're about to flip it over in full fucking...
What, Ruben? Flip it back over, check the lower.
Yeah.
I mean, the lower looked good.
Everything on this side looks good.
Probably just need a little bit of a cleanup, but really doesn't matter because, well, that one looks a lot cleaner than the rest of them.
Well, I was shooting a whole lot of fuel to that one, when I was trying to figure out what was wrong with it. It ended up being
Something.
a bad ECM and 2 bad sensors.
I still hate the fact that it took us 3 days to get the bright idea of taking my ECM and throwing it on your Jeep to see if it was the engine or not. It sucks we didn't think about it before replacing it, but I mean that motor seems still promising.
Well, the other motor, I replaced the head gasket on it and cleaned it all up. And you're not going to turn high RPMs with this, but it'll clean up quite nicely.
And there's a bit of rust here and there, but it's from the what is this one? Is this one the 90 or the 80?
No, this is the 96. The head says 95 on it. It's when it was manufactured, iron casted.
So probably late 95.
But it come out of my 96 Jeep.
Yeah, okay. So we'll flip this over, check the bearings, and he'll head to bed. And if this looks promising, I'm going to tear that down tonight, or as much as I can figure out and or remember. What do you think, Ruben? So we did find out this motor seems pretty promising. It needs obviously a rebuild gasket kit. The cam and the crank, they both look kind of worn, but promising. They will need new bearings. Of course, if you look closely, you should be able to see it fine. The discoloration is the main layer of this bearing being kind of taken away over years of running. Yes, running. This is a 95. It says so on the block itself. So, here's a better example. The silver is the main layering of protection or such, and that copper underneath it is kind of the secondary layer, and it's clearly gone through it. But of course we don't really have to worry about the bearings. More or less we have to worry about the rods and caps themselves. Let's see if I can get this off. There we go. They don't look the greatest. Of course. It's a 95 or late 95, so 96. And It came out of the green Jeep, my old man's trail bitch, and it's not great, but it's definitely better than mine. As you can clearly tell, I'm slowly tearing it down. I found a random 5-gallon bucket. It smelled like shit, but I think I should be able to fit all my coolant in it. And I gotta put the nuts back on so I don't lose them. But that is a definite good. It is good. Very good. Any parts that are not already on this engine, I will just tear off of mine. The head needs cleaned up, but it also looks promising. All the valves move. Everything's perfectly fine on that one. Here's a good example of that nasty ass bucket. I'm not going to reuse the antifreeze because it's absolute junk. You still? No, you wouldn't show me. I bought this fucking new radiator and I absolutely hate the cap. There we go. Ah, look at that goo. It's gorgeous. Oh, it's fucking nasty. Yeah. They're not supposed to look like that. There you go. There's the silver. Ugh. I would make one hell of a comment, but yeah. That's a brand new radiator. That's a brand new heater core. All that shit stuck in the block, but now that we're replacing it with that one, that should be a clean interior or clean cooling chambers, canals. I don't know what they're called, but yeah. All right, it is about 2 o'clock in the morning, and well, I didn't get as far as I wanted. Fun little fact for you. The same shit that takes this off apparently takes this off. I think. I don't know. I looked at it and it's like, I don't know what this is. Took this fucking ring. Let's not lose that. Let's not lose that. I took this off and was like, well, that looks kind of funky. And it's like, well, that actually looks familiar. Let me think. Oh, hey, this is kind of the same way. This right there is kind of the same way. That right there, I know you can't see it, but for my own clarification. Oh, here. This right here, you can see my finger. That right there, I had a flashlight at some point. It's about the same style. It's like, well, I'll just go find the hose removers we have somewhere. And after 30 minutes of looking, I don't know where it is. So I gotta go buy hose removers in the morning. I've probably said this before. That looks promising. I'm not excited. Because all of this, wires, thermostat, oh, actually, hold on. That might have, I don't trust that thermostat, never mind. This, that. Probably the actual intake itself will go with me. Because the intake we have... so there's these 3 nipples right here. And the one the old man had to take off didn't have this. The 96 that he owns and the 99 that this one is have the same intake setups, but this one right here is completely different, where it's only got the one side nipple and 2 separate ones with these holes in them. Then you've got the intake with the different rail style. So that entire intake's got to be transferred from that to that. I forgot to ask the old man what he wanted me to do. I've got all the hoses taken off of this, but again, I can't take it off unless I just want to take the radiator out. But I really don't want to do that, so I'm gonna call it here for a night. Yeah, it looks very lovely. Ignore the piece of plastic in it. I dropped my jug into the, my jug into it, and that part came out. Oh, side note. This is pretty much a brand new radiator. Probably got fucking 300 miles through it. And I never noticed this. Now, the old one had like some fucking plastic twist thing. It's like a giant plug. Like an oil plug or some shit from an old tractor. And I was looking for the drain for this one. It's like, well, this looks kind of weird. Got a little nipple down here, and it's like, oh, what happens if I turn this? And I was turning it, and suddenly antifreeze hit the ground. It's like, oh, that's what it does. Don't mind me, I'm fucking exhausted. So I'm going to call it here for the night. So it is day, hold on. It is day 2 of trying to tear this motherfucker down. Had to go get some parts. Today's been fun already. I already fucking pissed at parts. But had to go get some quick detachers, or I don't know what they're called. Something detachers. Disconnect tool. There we go. Because I completely forgot about the condenser. Side note. Crack this before you decide to fucking do that, because I just had that entire thing explode on my hand. Or depressurize. Made one hell of a mess. So, side note, if you guys do this, fucking depressurize it with this so you have control. I didn't think this through. But, I got my gaskets coming in for that, new bearings, new, the fuck, oh, old gasket. New bearings for the rods and the crank. Crank? Yeah, that's the crank. I always get cam and crank mixed up. Oh, I meant to go get oil. Shit. I'll do it later. So today I'm going to be tearing that apart more. Get that cleaned up. Actually, if my oil pan doesn't look bad, I may just swap it out with that one. Old man is currently at work, so I am on my own until I can get this fixed. Or until I can get that out, which shouldn't be hard. The only thing I'm uncertain about is the transmission. I don't know how he wants to do that, but gotta get it done. I've got 2 days. So the crank out of the old one looked decent. Just needed to be touched up? Yeah, touched up. And
I just polished it.
Got rid of some of the boring, the grabby bits. And since he's the mechanic and I'm the labor, I'll let him do that. But it's looking promising so far.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to put the cam back in.
Which is the cam.
Retime it. Pull the cam out to check the cam gear. The other ones were chewed up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one in that one's fucking gone. Which, if I had the time and money, I'd just replace the cam, because...
But the crank's junk in it anyways.
Yeah, in that one, because we probably spun a bearing, and since I kept driving, it made it worse. Plus, it spun a bearing like 2 years ago. But Now, if I had the fucking time and money spare, I would just buy a different fucking cam. Because that one, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look great. It's still got some flat to the teeth.
Yeah, the lobes aren't bad, it's the teeth.
Yeah.
To run the oil pump.
Would you like a hand?
No, I'd like to have a drink of my beer.
Also, it's not the teeth to the oil pump, it's the teeth to the distributor.
Right, the distributor runs the oil pump.
I need to get fancy. Our safety box. The thing that never moves and smells like... Pretty much. The thing that never moves and has mold on the steering wheel. Because one night it leaked from the ceiling into the cab. But, no. I don't know how well the camera's picking this up. But it still ate away a little bit. It's hard to see. But it's still got some flatness to it. Well, it looks better than the fucking distributor. And the distributor's only been in there less than a month. That was probably the 18 you're looking for. Yeah, but most of the stuff I can figure out is the timing and everything I don't know. And I don't want to keep you up for too long.
I just gotta go into work early tomorrow. I mean, go work late tomorrow too.
That's why I said I didn't want to keep you up too late. I know I'm being a little pushy, but I want to try to get as much test time on this as possible. That way I don't drive halfway home and have it explode on me. Which I doubt it will. It's the fucking 4.0 and those things are pretty decent. Just mine spun a bearing and we jerry-rigged it.
300,000 miles.
It's 9K away from 300,000. Which, 300,000 on what seems to be an original engine.
It is.
It's pretty fucking good.
All that thing's been done to it was the head gasket. That was when we got it.
Mm-hmm. This is the first time it'll be out of the fucking Jeep. But of course, the only time I wanted to take the engine out of the Jeep is replacing it with a stroker from Toyota. He's wincing over there.
As soon as you fucking do that.
At least I'm not putting an LS in it.
Right, but that's, you know, Toyota's running gear, the pumpkin's on the other fucking side.
No, not the running gear, I just want the engine.
Yeah, but then you gotta put a transmission behind it, transfer case.
I don't want a new one. I want like the Hilux, kind of like what Evan has. Wait, no, those aren't inlines, are they?
Yes, that's a 4-cylinder.
They still throw out enough torque. I can't remember. Then what?
It's an R22.
What was the Toyota that was the inline 6 that people love to fucking just put different cranks in it and call it done?
If you're gonna go stupid like that, why don't we just put a Barra engine in?
I don't know what that is.
It's a fucking Ford motor from fucking Australia.
If I want to do something stupid, I'll put a 500 in it. If I roll it, at least I can't kill it because it'll kill itself because carburetors.
Yeah, when you go up the hill, you're gonna run out of fuel.
It's the recovery vehicle, not the safety vehicle.